It's time to talk MTCS sports. It's Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA, live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
We're joined by Middle Tennessee Christian School coaches to talk about their most recent games and their upcoming opponents. It's time to talk orange and white on MTCS Cougar Corner.
And this is John Dinkins welcoming you to Cougar Corner this morning. MTCS head coach Christian Peterson is with us this morning. And coach, wow, I don't know what to say. 41-14 win over Fayette Academy last night. I don't think necessarily the win was a surprise, but the score. I mean, it really had control of the game the whole entire way.
Yeah, really proud of our kids. We came out focused. We had talked about it. You get to the postseason, and nothing that's happened before Friday night matters, right? Like it's a whole new season. It's a different level of intensity. The lights are a little bit brighter, and it's going to come down to who executes better on that night. And really proud of how our kids responded and how they played. And always good to get a playoff win. It's hard to win in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what round you're in or how good you are or how good the other team is, doesn't really matter. Like, winning a playoff game is hard. And so to come out and win it and, get to go earn yourself another week is always a positive.
I was just thinking about that. When you have a game, a young team like you've got, trust me, you're young. I mean, do some of the seniors or the older ones, you don't have a lot of them, but do they help go through that motion with those kids and go, hey, this is what to expect and that kind of thing? I mean, is that helpful?
No doubt. I think our seniors have done a really good job all year. And they know, we talk about it, in spring, that our goal is to be playing our best football when the playoffs comes around. Obviously you want to go out and you want to win every game, but at the end of the day, like, you want to peak when the playoffs start, right? Like, you want to be playing your best football. And, I think our seniors have gone through enough fires, have seen the ups and downs, and, they've had the heartbreaking losses in the postseason. They've won the gold ball at the end of the year. So, they've been able to kind of be on both sides of it. And, I thought they had a great practice last week, and, our seniors are a big part of that. And, again, just teaching our young guys of how we do things, how this is done, and, how you can be successful when you get into the postseason. Like, that matters, and, we're not very old, but the guys that we have that have been around have seen how it needs to be done in the postseason. And, I think we did a lot of really good things throughout the week, and then we were able to just go out and have fun on Friday.
I know when this season started, probably there were a lot of people out there that would go, well, it's going to be tough. It's just going to be tough. And for some parts of it, it has been. We were at the game where you lost your quarterback and possibly the best player that you had on the team, athletic-wise or whatever, arguably. And to face that kind of crunching blow and then to bounce back from it, it's a pretty amazing story, really. I mean, I don't know that I could, if I were a betting man, I would. I don't know whether I'd bet on you this year either, that you'd make a playoff, and you did, and you won it. So, explain a little bit the thoughts going through that, because I know that had to be a tough night against South Pittsburgh. The game, you lost the game, and then you lost your quarterback. And tell us how you kind of rebuilt that back up.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we talk about it. It's process over results. Right? Like, obviously everybody wants results, but if especially in this sport, if you're just result oriented, then you're going to get your heart broken a lot, and you're going to ride the emotional roller coaster of the season. And, and especially with a young team, we had to kind of go through some growing pains, right? We had some moments where, we didn't play the way that we know we can play, and so, I think all of those things are just going to be a benefit, for the postseason and for, years to come, where, sometimes it doesn't go your way. Mm-hmm. Right. And sometimes you can look back at Monday through Thursday and go, well, that's why it didn't go our way. We didn't have a very good week of practice. I think really we come back from fall break and we had probably our best practices of the year against Kings. I think Monday through Thursday that week we were flying around, we were high energy. It kind of translated to Friday. And then, the youth of our squad, I think the next week we didn't have quite as much juice. It's, look, we won, and you start getting result oriented. You start looking at, we won, so now we're good. And, we don't get the result we want on Friday. And then we get back the following week against Ezel, and I think we have another really good week of practice. And then we win again. And then this past week, I thought we had a really good week of practice. And so they're starting to see the process translate. They're starting to see that Monday through Thursday leads to good things happening on Friday. You don't get to just turn the switch on. Good teams don't just turn the switch on, right? The good teams when Monday comes around, the switch turns on and we're ready to go. And then, again, I think they've been able to kind of grow and see that, right? And they're able to kind of see, as a coaching staff, what we've been preaching come to fruition, right? Like our best weeks of practice have led to wins. And so it's about being able to stack good Monday through Thursdays. That's how you win football games.
And you've had success doing it, practice how you don't play, but you've also, again, going back to those seniors and some of the older ones, they know that those things lead to success because they were on those teams that led to success. And that's got to be a tremendous benefit. They're almost like having another little coach there telling them, how you do what the coach, do this, and this is going to happen for you.
No doubt. When it's just coaches saying it, sometimes you'll get 50% of the team to listen, right? But once it's the coaches and teammates start saying it, that's when you start getting everybody's attention. And, that's kind of the sign of a good program is when your kids start kind of saying the same things that you are, especially the ones that have been in the program for a while that have seen the process work, right? And, I'm sure our team gets tired of me talking about, like, listen, guys, it's a process. Everything's a process. And, but at the same time, like, now they're starting to look at it as we get to this point of the year, and they're starting to go, all right, well, I understand now. Like, I get what he's saying. I understand the process now. I understand the Monday through Thursday leads to Friday. Like, I understand that if we don't make a lot of mistakes in practice, then we're probably not gonna make a lot of mistakes on Friday, but if we're not locked in Monday through Thursday and we're making a bunch of mistakes, then we're probably gonna end up making some mistakes on Friday. And so to kind of watch our young ones kind of grow up and learn that and, kind of just grow and develop, right? And so, we knew, especially early, that we were going to be young. We were going to take some on the chin. And, like we've said all along, like we want to be playing our best ball at the end of the year. And, we've won 3 of our last 4. And, I thought the offense played really well last night. I thought we were really clean. I thought we were getting to the right guys, and letting our athletes be athletes. I thought defense was very assignment sound. Fayette threw a lot of formations at us. It's kind of what they do. And we were clean. We were getting to the right checks. We were covering the right guys. We just continued to do our job. And so when you start doing that and you start to see the results, right, and then it starts to kind of build that confidence up within the team. And again, just really proud of them. Really proud of our seniors for how they battled all year. Proud of our young guys for how they've just continued to work and continue to get better. And again, it's everyone always talks about the state championship years and all that stuff, but like sometimes these years are just as fun. You watch the light bulbs start going off, and it's a lot of fun.
It's kind of just as fulfilling, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think coaches can appreciate that more than maybe the outside person looking in. And like me, for instance, I want to mention some guys. Last night's game, 41-14 win. Bangura rushed 16 times. This is incredible. I thought it was a misprint at first. 16 times for 256 yards with 2 touchdowns. That's incredible. I mean, either the offensive line was doing their job and he was doing his job and put it all together, and it was a great night.
Yeah, no, I think it's a little bit of both. I think up front we probably played our best game. We were clean up front, and then you give Ali the ball and just get out of the way sometimes. And he made a couple cuts, especially early, that most kids just can't do. He can do the things you can't coach, And he's one that, again, as he's just continued to learn and as he's continued to trust the process and really understand what we're trying to do and making sure he's pressing the right gap and things like that. And, like, you know, he's got a very bright future. I think he's just under 1,000 yards rushing now.
And he's, what year? A freshman.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a point. There's a reason behind I'm asking this. Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you. Braden Box had a 44-yard touchdown reception. He's a
senior.
Senior.
Yeah.
And that's the leadership guy.
Yeah.
You know, one of those 10 tackles last night. That's amazing. So not only did the offense, I think we're so excited about the 41 points, but the defense played well too.
They did, especially early, really kind of helps us build that lead. You know, we got down, got a score. They had a long drive. We ended up holding them. And then we score another one, force a fumble. We're able to score quick. Get another stop, and then we hit the big play to box to get up 28-0, and you know, you start rolling like that, you start having fun, and you start bouncing around, and you know, you get into halftime. I think it was 28-7. Had a big blocked field goal right before the half by Owen White, another one of our seniors. You know, just the seniors.
He had 14 tackles.
Yeah. He had a huge game.
Yeah,
and so he blocks the field goal right going into half, and honestly, our big thing at halftime was trying to calm down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We were so excited and so bouncing around and again having fun, which is what we want. But at the same time, like, hey, look, we still have another half football. We got to come out and play focused.
Because I have seen it where a team gets a lot of, and then they just come out in the second half just flat as they can be. But that really didn't happen. You just kept putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, they come out and have like a 9-minute drive to score. And, you know, I think on our sideline, everyone was kind of like, I mean, if it's going to take them 9 minutes to score, they're never going to catch it.
Exactly.
And, so we ended up getting another one. And, you know, at that point, I think everybody was just fly around, have fun, play football. And so, yeah, really proud of them.
That took the pressure off of them, too, getting out to that lead. It's your first playoff game. You've got a lot of youngsters. That really took pressure off, I mean, in a good way. I mean, it was like, wow, we can have fun and we can kind of enjoy this game a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And, you know, you're playing a team on the other side that had 13 seniors. And so, you know, they're a senior-heavy team and, you know, a team that has gone through a lot of those ups and downs. And so you knew, like we knew going into it, like, let's start fast. Because, like, if you get a senior-heavy team in the postseason and they start rolling, like, it can snowball quick. So let's come out and play well early and that our kids responded and did a really good job.
I want to mention one more guy, Shy Murphy. He didn't have a Bangura night, but in most cases he would be the star of this game. 92 yards on 7 carries. 7 carries, 92 yards. That's an average of okay, never mind. Yeah. I'm not good at math, but I know it's a lot. I know it's at least 10 yards a carry. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, he had a really big night. Had 3 touchdowns and had another one called back. So really big game. He also had an interception on defense. You know, he's one of the sophomores we got running around. And so, again, I think our younger guys are starting to see it. You know, Shy's had some moments this year where, man, if he would have just pressed it a little tighter, he might have had a huge play, right?
Yeah.
And so we've been talking about it, and, you know, he's so fast. You know, he's the fastest guy on our team. It ain't close. You know, and so you saw him last night be able to put his foot in the ground and hit the hole exactly where we needed him to hit it. And now he's able to turn those 6-7 yard hard runs that he was having into 25-yard touchdowns. And, you know, again, then he turns around and goes and plays corner for us. And so really proud of him, really proud of how he played. And then, you know, Briggs doesn't have the numbers on the stat sheet that the others did. But, again, having him back in the backfield is so big. You know, having that calming influence at quarterback. You know, he runs for almost 40 and then went 1 for 2, you know, with big touchdown pass to Box, and then threw a great ball on a go ball too shy, and defender made a heck of a play. But, you know, he stepped into it and he let it go. I think it's the farthest I've ever seen him throw a football.
Yeah, it's good to have him back. I mean, that's especially playoff time. It couldn't work out any better for you. All right, you got Nashville Christian. We all know. We don't have to look it up. I mean, they're really good, and you travel there. What's the preparation like this week? I know it won't change, really, will it? I mean, the process is the process. See, you've got me doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. You know, we don't you go out, you do what you do, right? You go out and you go through the same process you normally would. And listen, we everybody knows, right? They're the favorite. They're supposed to win it. They're supposed to go win a gold ball this year. Jeff Brothers has done a great job. He's got dudes all over the place. But like I told our kids on Friday night, let's go shock the world. Yeah. Right? Like we're playing with house money at this point, right? Like no one expected us to be here. We weren't supposed to win the first round game. We did, So like, let's go roll the ball out. Maybe we win, maybe we don't. I don't know, but like we have a chance. Right? There's a whole lot of teams sit at home right now that would beg to have that chance. And so we have the chance, and let's go have a good Monday through Thursday, and let's go play our best football game. And if we play the best that we can play, I can live with whatever kind of wins or loss. But, at the end of the day, we've given ourselves a chance. And, that's all you can ask for in high school sports.
I just think it's been a really a learning season for the kids, and when you look back at this season, no matter win or loss next week, you got 5 wins out of this group, and maybe 6 if you win. It's get even better if we win next week, and with all the kind of the injury situations, those kind of things, that's amazing. I mean, and I'm kind of seeing what everybody else I think on the outside sees. Stats looking better. A freshman, Bangura. I mean, that's another example. And I don't want to get too much into the future, but I know it's bright. I mean, it looks good, and I'm just really proud of them. I know that you are, but let's don't talk about it too much because I don't want you to, lose your coaching mojo there. Is that game at Nashville Christian, what do they throw out there at you? What is the main concern with them, or what you got to look for?
I mean, you got to start with Jared Curtis, the number 1 quarterback in the country. Yeah. He's a really good player. We haven't seen him in person. I've seen him play in person a couple times when they played other people. Big, physical kid, impressive looking kid. Can throw it a mile. Can fit it into small windows. They're big everywhere. They got, big linebackers, big running backs. They got skill kids that can go. They're very balanced, and they can throw a lot of things at you. For us, we've just got to play assignment sound football, and try and compete and go up and try and make plays on passes, and try and force him to make some bad decisions. And similar to Friday, you got come out and try and start fast, right? You start fast, maybe we can get them feeling the pressure a little bit, and try and stack some good drives together, and again, try and make them nervous. Again, we're playing with house money.
Yeah,
and there should be no nerves for us. Like we're just going out there and we're gonna go play football.
Right.
The whole world expects them to win, and so if we can make it weird early, then they're the ones that are going to kind of feel that pressure.
Yeah, the pressure's really on them. I mean, they want to have a good showing as well, but like you said, you got nothing to lose. I mean, nobody expects you to. I don't know that anybody expects you to be here, at this point against them. So, boy, just a tremendous year, and good luck next week. I did want to mention a couple of things that are going on at MTCS before I let you go. I know basketball season's starting, and that's going to be exciting. They've got a big year coming up. You just had a great volleyball year. I mean, anything else that you want to talk about or even mention somebody, that's fine. This is your open forum right here, Coach.
Yeah, just had our steak dinner this past Thursday, which is always a really good event. Again, I think it's just another example of the community at MTCS. I walk out there, and then also that same night I walk out onto the football field. We've got 4 guys out there working on our field. All 4 of my coaches, they're out there, they're painting it, they're rolling it, they're, getting everything set up. And, you walk out there on Friday nights and it looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. And, again, just the amount of effort and time that the community and the support that we get is just top notch. And, the crowd was loud last night and it was fun. And, again, now we've earned that opportunity to go play another game. And so, like we told our kids all week, like, enjoy it, guys. Like there's a whole lot of people sitting at home that wish they had one more game.
Yeah.
There's people that have put their pads up for the last time and they're never going to wear them again. And, like I tell our seniors, like, go out and earn one more game. And then if we win that one, now we'll go earn one more. Don't start looking 2-3 games ahead, right? Like, just go win this one and try and go earn yourselves one more game. And then, it's the postseason. It gets weird, right? And there's teams that have been good all year sometimes don't play well. Teams that have been bad all year all of a sudden play pretty good, and teams that have been middle of the road, all of a sudden they can't miss a pass or whatever. And, postseasons are always weird, and so for us, it's just about, let's go out and play football, right?
Yeah. And, you mentioned the fact about community too, and I've talked to Floyd at Eagleville. That community means so much to you guys and to those kids, and they know that there's a lot of love there, and they just kind of wrap them around like they're their own kids, don't they? I mean, it's just one big family, and that helps you get to do the things that you need to focus on, not worrying about outside sources, because they're all there for you.
Absolutely. I think I've mentioned it before. I think the community is the best thing about MTCS. People genuinely care, and so, like, that matters. That's always a big thing, especially when you're in coaching, is you always want to be at a school that cares. And, and we have that at MTCS. People want to be successful, but they also want the kids to be successful, whether that's athletics, academics, whatever. The crowds at every sporting event that we're in are always good. Doesn't matter what sport we're playing, baseball, softball, volleyball, football, it doesn't matter. There's people that are going to be there. They're going to be loud. There's going to be cheers. And so, again, just really blessed to be in a great spot, and, blessed with some good kids that are still learning, right? And they're high school boys. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do some dumb stuff. But as a coaching staff, we talk about all the time, like, if when they leave here, the only thing they say about us is we taught them how to play football, that we didn't do our jobs, right? And so, there's always learning experiences. There's always, development and growth and everything else. And, again, I'm really proud of how our kids have grown throughout the year, and, definitely excited to see what they put on the field.
And I've always thought this about football more than probably any other sport, baseball, basketball, not knocking the other sports, but when it comes to the part of life kind of thing, because there's so many obstacles, there's injuries, there's working together as a team, there's not getting too high, too low. I mean, going to the weight room, everything physically. I mean, that to me helps people grow into good human beings.
No doubt. I mean, in football, it can't be one person.
Yeah.
Like, if you have one person, you're not going to be very good.
Yeah.
It takes all 11 on the field, and then really it takes your whole roster Monday through Thursday, right? Like, if only the starters go hard Monday through Thursday, we're not getting a good look. And our scout team guys our scout team's full of young guys, right? And they've been giving us a really good look. They've kind of grown and developed as well. And again, just that's what it takes. It takes the guys who maybe you don't hear their names on Friday nights right now, giving us a really good look Monday through Thursday, and helping the guys who are playing right now go. And, it's also ways of getting on the field. Jake Latimer is a perfect example. Early on in the year, he was a great great scout team guy, worked really hard. We were struggling to block him. And so as a coaching staff, we were able to get him, and he just kind of moved up the depth chart on defense. Now he starts for us at the end. And it all started from how hard he played on scout team, and he earned himself reps on defense. And so, again, like, you always want to reward those kids that are giving good effort. And, really excited for him. He's grown a ton since we got him in summer. He moved here. And so to watch his growth has been a lot of fun. And again, not a name that necessarily shows up on the stat sheet a lot, but how hard he's worked. It's really a testament, and getting to play more and more as the season's gone on.
That's a good way to end it, Coach, right there.
Absolutely.
Good luck next week, and we'll be talking to you next week, and hopefully we're going to have a Cougar victory to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right. That's Coach Christian Peterson, the head coach of the Cougars, and MTCS Cougar Corner We'll take a little break, and then Brian Baird will be back to wrap things up.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
People love to see us on the schedule when they have a home game because our fans show up.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
The way we travel is just phenomenal. Our parents and our community are fully engaged in our school. When we compete, we're trying to do it in a way that honors God. We want to win. We also want to do it in a way that pleases Him.
Providing Christian values and academic excellence in a nurturing environment. That's Middle Tennessee Christian School. Invest in the future of your child. Find out more at mtcscougars.org.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA. Live your best life.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
We're going to be an educational institution that teach Bible every day. Every subject we teach, we're going to teach through a biblical perspective. In every aspect of our school, we're going to do it through a Christian perspective.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
That also means that everything we do, we have to be excellent. We feel like Christ calls us to excellence. And so that means we have to be excellent academically. That means we have to be excellent athletically because that's what God calls us to. It's a great place to be.
Invest in your child's future in an environment that fosters Christ-centered values. To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
It's MTCS Cougar Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro.
Presented by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life. Online at TOA.com.
On FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
Back here to give you a few scores from this past week. MTCS scores: middle school boys soccer, 1-0 win over Clarksville Academy. Also this week, middle school soccer girls defeating Good Pasture in the quarterfinals. And middle school girls also over Nashville Christian, 5-0 in the quarterfinals. Before we get to some girls basketball here, 5th and 6th grade, it was 19-16 Mount Juliet Christian Academy beating MTCS 5th and 6th grade girls, but the boys beat Mount Juliet Christian 42-4. It was MTCS girls soccer falling in the finals versus PCA in the TIAA finals by a final score of 5-1. There's been some swimming and such this week. Of course, football last night. You've got cheer competitions going on this weekend, basketball next week as well, and, of course, a big football game as Middle Tennessee Christian School travels to Nashville Christian next Friday night. And that is a brief look at the Cougar Corner scoreboard and schedule. Be sure to check WGNSradio.com or WGNSsports.com for the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard and schedule. Next Friday night, with the results from last night, it's Riverdale versus Blackman. That game will be on air. Riverdale versus Blackman, and that'll be from Riverdale. Oakland hosts Mount Juliet. Stewart's Creek will host Brentwood. Eagleville goes to McKenzie, and the Cougars go to Nashville Christian. Want to thank my broadcast partners John Dinkins and Danny Brewer this morning, our producer Dalton Barrett. Hope you will stay tuned. That's going to wrap up the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner and MTCS Cougar Corner. And coming up next, we've got Middle Tennessee football. It's the salute to veterans as the Blue Raiders take on Liberty. Pre-game show coming up next. We've got men's basketball later on this evening as well. So sit back, enjoy a day of sports. Have a great Saturday out there, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hello, friends. Lenny Farmer with